me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Meghann, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer, and I'm going to start us off.
Yes. Oh,
Don't break my
I
light.
got so excited I punched your lamp. Yes, go for it.
Okay, I need you to grab that little glass that's near you.
Oh, Erin. I walked in your room and I thought, why does she have so many glasses of bourbon? You know I love Kentucky.
I know.
I'm not a bourbon drinker.
I know. I want you to just take a little sip.
Oh my gosh. Can I smell it first?
Yeah. Actually, I just came back from a calm retreat. You can go ahead and take a mindful moment while you're
Take a mindful moment.
smell it, touch it to your lips before you taste it. You want me to talk you through
gosh, girl. Yeah, I took that mindful moment. It is bourbon. It's straight. You're going to have me drink straight up bourbon. That
Just
is
a tiny sip.
always makes me think of Paul.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Erin, I can't. It's so strong. Okay. Just a little tiny sip.
Just a little tiny sip.
Wait, why? What is is there a joke?
I'm
Is
going
your
to tell you
poisoning
something
me?
exciting in just a minute, but you got to try it first.
Did we get a bourbon named after us?
Oh, my Lord. Would you take a sip?
Okay. Oh my gosh. Did it. It's a sip.
Do you really think it's that bad?
I really think it's so strong. It's bourbon.
Okay, guess what? It's not bourbon.
What is it?
You, my friend.
Non-alcoholic bourbon?
No, it's alcoholic, all right. Have now had scotch.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh.
I knew it. It's so gross. It's just like bourbon.
Well, I'm going to get it in a second from you and pour it in my glass.
Oh, yeah. I hate it. I hate it.
Okay, so.
Oh, my gosh, Erin. Why are you making me drink scotch? You said this would be fun, a celebration, something.
Really kind of thought you'd like it.
If I don't like bourbon,
It
what
tastes
makes you think I would
than-
like scotch?
It tastes smoother than the bourbon I normally drink.
Okay, it's not the roughness or the smoothness. I don't like the taste of it. It tastes like turpentine.
But, okay, I always thought scotch was going to taste like fingernail polish remover.
Yeah.
And then I didn't think it did.
Well, you're wrong. It all
Okay.
tastes horrible.
Okay, I'm going to tell you the story now.
Sorry, bourbon people. I love Kentucky. I really have tried.
Well, this isn't bourbon people now. This is
Or
Scotch people.
Well, sorry, Scotland. I love bourbon slushies.
Oh, yeah.
The orange bourbon slush. Yeah, give me
we
that all day long.
discussed this. I
You
really
just
thought you were going to like this.
have to hide the bourbon. So let's try that. Scotch orange slushies. Oh, sounds horrible.
I don't want to do that. Okay. So if you are not a Patreon, you don't know that we discuss scotch at length during.
Did somebody send us scotch?
No, actually, in fact, rude.
Okay,
I had to go buy this.
You went and bought this?
Yes.
You bought me scotch that I hate.
I
Thank
did.
you
Well,
so much.
I wasn't going to let you have the bottle or anything if you did like it.
Thank
But
goodness.
no, I went to. Sorry, let's go back.
Okay.
In Erin's second edition of Erin Ruins Books.
Uh-huh.
I said Erin as a third person, and that made me feel really weird. I didn't like that. But they keep drinking scotch. And we talked at length at how gross scotch sounds and how it's like an old man drink, and I would never drink it.
Mm-hmm.
And you agreed. And then I was going to a pool party,
Oh.
and my friend Taylor
Uh-huh.
said, "Hey, I've got something for you to drink." I
Oh.
was like, "You got something for me to drink? What does that mean?"
Uh-huh.
And it was scotch.
And you liked it.
And I liked it.
It just shocks me every time. Shocks me that you like bourbon. Shocks me that you like scotch.
I told Kevin that I liked it, and he went and he bought some. And then we were watching Birdcage that very night, and they were drinking the exact same bottle of scotch.
Now, is it the brand that you liked, or just now you're a scotch drinker?
It's the brand. I'm afraid to drink anything else.
Okay.
But this is Glenlivet.
mm-hmm.
12 years of age. And that's the exact, even 12 years of age is what they were drinking on Birdcage.
It's like you are one with Birdcage.
I haven't even watched Birdcage probably since I was in high school.
Yeah, what prompted? I've got a lot of questions about. I walked in, and you and Kevin are both snuggled up on the couch, cutest thing you've ever seen, watching Birdcage. And
Yeah.
not that there's anything wrong with that movie. It just was a big question mark. I'm like, I don't ever see in the time that James and I will ever be together, him and I going, let's just watch Birdcage.
He had never seen it before.
Okay, I mean, it's funny, but do you love it enough that you're like, you have got to see this movie?
Okay, we started watching Jumanji.
Okay.
Your kids were, I was watching your kids. I was
Mhm.
trying to figure out why.
Yes, thank you, because I was living my best life jet skiing.
Oh, you were living your
Solo.
best life. You're like, could you watch him for like just an hour? And it was like 4.5 hours later.
Hey, I called you.
I know.
Now listen, don't you do that. Don't you be a martyr. Don't you say one thing
No,
and
I'm
then complain
complaining
about
about
it in another way.
I'm audibly complaining about it. That doesn't make me a martyr.
I think that's exactly
No.
what makes you. You're like, sure, no, it's fine, no problem. But then you're going to make sure I know how miserable you were. I called you and said,
I know.
hey, girl, do you care? They want to go have dinner. We can tell them no. I was like, It's fine. You do not have to. If you're sick of, oh, no, go. What did you think? Dinner was going to be 20 minutes? We were going to stop at McDonald's. We went to a Mexican restaurant. We just got off the river.
I'm just giving you a hard time. They were fine.
Girl, you looked just fine. You were cuddled up drinking scotch.
Yeah, because we finally got them. No, we weren't drinking scotch at the time. I just opened this bottle for you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
But
I think.
Anyways, we were watching Jumanji and the kids lost interest. And then Kevin and I were watching Jumanji, which I could have continued. I love that movie.
Yeah,
I could watch it at any time. And I was like, man, I love Robin Williams. Like, he just is the best actor. I miss him so much. I like mourn all the movies we didn't get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gone too soon. But I was like, what about, like, did you ever watch him in Birdcage? That movie is so funny. And he was like, no, I never watched that one. I was like, we're going to watch it. We're gonna watch
Did he like it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Took him a minute to get into it. There's a lot of buildup before all the funny parts.
I don't remember any of it. I remember it being a comedy, but that's about it.
Yeah, they own a drag bar, and then his horrible son, he's awful. I didn't really realize there was a villain in this movie. His son sucks.
Total villain.
He's like, hey, parents who I love so much, you guys are great. I really need you to pretend like you're not gay and hide everything about and they're like, we don't want to do that. Like, we've been married for forever. And he's like, I'm going to need you to.
Why? Why would he need them to hide?
Because his fiance is the daughter of a super conservative.
Well, fuck your fiance.
I know. He's awful. And then he like continuously, he sees how much it's hurting poor little Nathan Lane. Like, this is a comedy, but he sees how much it's hurting Nathan Lane and his parents' relationship.
Aww.
And he's just like no empathy here.
Oh.
He's never like, I know this is really a big ask. He's just like, I really need you to do it.
Oh my gosh.
I need you to do it. And then when they like
jerk.
are themselves, Nathan Lane, best character in that movie. Like, I love Robin Williams, but Nathan Lane.
Yeah, he's great.
Freaking hilarious.
And is he also the one? Oh, no, wait. I might be getting him wrong. What else is he in?
Oh, he's in a lot of things. He's Timon.
No,
he's Pumbaa. He's Pumbaa.
Was he also, though, he was also in Mrs. Doubtfire?
No.
He wasn't the brother?
No, he's not the brother.
That's what I'm picturing.
Has that really deep voice.
That's what
like
I'm picturing.
This.
So now I know who it is.
Such a good impression.
It was such a good impression. I almost skipped right over there. I'm just so used to you doing such great impressions. I'm like,
I don't know who that guy is, but his voice is incredible.
Yeah, that's who I thought you were talking about. But now I know the other guy you're talking about. Yeah. As soon as I could eliminate that one, I know which one you're talking about.
That like kind of hurt my throat.
Maybe it's because you're a grown man now. You're drinking scotch. All you need is your cigar.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to drink a little scotch and see if it can lubricate my throat.
Sure, that'll do it. Oh man. 10 octaves lower.
Nathan Lane. Good accent of the brother. No, right. Nathan Lane. Do you know who I'm talking about now?
Yes, I do now.
So in the movie, he ends up dressing in drag, and then he goes as
Robin Williams' wife.
The wife, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so ridiculous. Yeah,
I know, but like it's all so funny once he's the wife. But leading up to it, I'm just so disappointed in their son that I'm like, I don't even like this movie.
Right,
but there were a lot of funny parts.
That's how like comedies in the 80s and 90s were. It's like, we're going to be hilarious, but we're also going to tug at your heartstrings the entire time. We're going to make you really sad to make you really laugh.
Right. Yeah.
Always going to be a moral.
It doesn't hold up completely, but it wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, we got more important things to talk about than Birdcage.
Yeah, girl. We went and got our tarot card reading done.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and you like took a whole bunch of notes, and I took a whole bunch of notes, and guess what?
Oh, yeah, what?
Neither of us brought our notes.
I didn't bring the notes. I don't even know where the notes are.
Mine are on the top of my closet because I didn't want my husband to find the word death written by his name.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, considering she pulled that card. I don't believe in it. Aaron, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. It was. Now, we did end up in the ER last night until 2 o'clock in the morning.
What will it take?
I don't know. I really don't know, because the whole time it's like that part of me is dead inside. Or I'm just so don't even know. But I did think, oh, that's funny. She pulled the death card. Sure hope this isn't it. But that was it. That I went no further than that. I didn't put any more stock in the fact that I thought he was dying. I knew all along it wasn't going to be. I mean, I knew he was in pain.
What if I'm glad it didn't happen, but what if he had died? Would you then believe?
I'd still think it would have been a coincidence.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, even she said, don't worry. This is like death in his past, like not his own death. She said death of someone else. So she like, but then I thought, well, you got to say that because we're at a party. Nobody wants to get the death card at a party and then you're going to have to console them.
I don't know. She gave me some bad news and did not sugarcoat it.
Are you going to share?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, well, real quick. My husband had a kidney stone. That's it, everybody. He's fine. But we were in the ER until 2 o'clock in the morning last night, which is why I'm pretty daggone tired today. So sorry if I'm off. Sorry if I stumble over words. It's Erin's fault. She's making me record tonight.
Oh, my gosh. I did take a big, bold step in my parenting. And I went away for a retreat and said, okay, I'm going to let the 2 big kids stay at home. You just, if there's an emergency, they're going to come to you. And you're like, okay, got it.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. Kevin's at work. No problem. I get a call last night in the middle of an epic card night, or not card.
So
it was like a game night. We're all playing code names. I'm buying that game. It's so much fun. And we're sitting there at the table and you call and you're like, hey, I'm at the hospital. I was like, what? Why? Who?
Like, turns out we had the emergency and now I have to use your kid as the babysitter. How do you feel about that?
Gotcha.
I don't know. I guess I could have done it without calling you, but there was something about having your kid not have anybody with them. It was like I needed your permission to go, hey, how do you feel about me entrusting my young ones to your young ones?
To now spend the night adultless.
Yes, they had to spend the night. And then Sophie, so daggone grown, she was like, I said, well, I'm sure we're not going to spend the entire night here. We did get home 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
But I said, I'm sure we're not going to spend the whole night here. So do you want me to just sneak in? She's like, no, I want to set the alarm. And I said, okay, well, do you want me to call you? She goes, can't they just spend the night here? I'm like, oh, that feels so weird, but okay. So I was like, yeah, as long as you're cool with it. She sure did. She tucked him right in on the couch and went straight to bed. I was like, good for you, girl.
Yeah, she's very responsible.
Awesome.
Yep, she's a keeper.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's illegal or not, but we just did it.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had babysitters who couldn't drive.
Mm-hmm.
I would trust her to babysit.
I don't know about overnight babysitters. But look, the emergency had already happened. The emergency had already happened.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were doing it for shits
It
and
wasn't
giggles.
just for fun.
Yeah, emergency. Okay, are you ready for my news?
Oh,
about the tarot card?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not quite done with mine, but we'll go back and forth. Go ahead.
I kind of want to end with mine. I want you to go.
Oh, look at her. She wants the grand.
I do.
So
it's about you.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. You asked her about me? I should have asked her about you. I'm sorry.
I know. Well, I kind of just assumed you would, but whatever. It's fine.
I really did not at all. Sorry. I didn't know. This is what I always feel so awkward about. Like, what do I ask you? Like, it just feels so self-indulgent, I guess. I don't know. But it's not. It's not. If you go to see a tarot card reader, you should indulge in yourself more often. Why don't we do that? It's just something ingrained in me. You know, I don't know, 80s women, you know, were taught that from young.
Makes it sound like you were a woman in the
80s. young girls being raised in the 80s were taught. But anyway, so here's why I think it was fake. I asked her, I was really excited right before we went in. We had a lovely time, by the way, at Molly's house. She was the one that invited us over, your friend.
My friend Molly. Remember, I called her a bitch once.
Yep, we've talked about it on the podcast before. I don't know why she still likes you, but she does. And she invited us all over, and it was a great time. We had a blast. But right before I went in, I was like, I don't know what to say. Like, what do I ask her? And then I had just gotten done talking about Macy James, and I thought she might be reincarnated. And somebody was like, ask her about your daughter. I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I went in, and she's like, I'm totally, remind her, I think she could, clearly, this tarot card reader did not listen to this podcast. I think she is, in the nerve. She is a reincarnated tattoo drug mule stripper artist. That's what I think.
I thought you were going to say that's what the tarot card said.
No,
and I was like, there's no way you don't believe now.
No, I would believe it. She said that. But that's what I've always thought. I'm like, there's something going on. But because if you haven't heard those stories, go back and listen to the podcast. I'm not just like throwing that out there. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I go in there and I ask her, Macy James is her name. Anything about past life? She's like, oh, yeah. She was a loner, very quiet, did not like a lot of attention. And now she's trying in this world, in this time, to figure out whether she likes the attention or not. And I was like,
that part could be true.
Are you kidding me? She loves attention.
Exactly. So she's like, listen, last time I was meek and mild. This time I'm going to be outrageous.
Look how you can just spin however you want.
No, that's actually, the tarot card. She changed it for me. I did think that was very funny until that last comment.
Well, here's what I just kind of like okay, and just kind of went on. But I really liked your friend Molly, well, our friend now, but Molly's interpretation of tarot card reading. She said it's really more about how you receive the news and the information and what your reaction is. Or at least that's what she kind of explained. She was like, it's not like this is definitely going to happen, or at least that's not how Molly takes it. She kind of looks at it as, what do I tune into how I react to that? So in other words, if you do get the death card, it's like, okay, how do I feel about that? Whether it's a death about, a career ending, or if it's whatever. So sometimes when it appears like it's going to be bad news, you might all of a sudden feel relief, like, oh, now I'm kind of glad that might be over. Yeah. So while I don't personally believe in it being like a psychic reading necessarily telling me the future or anything like that, I do find it's interesting to see how my own reactions to certain things were.
Yeah. Like that episode of Friends where she says, it says not pregnant, and she gets sad, and she's like, just kidding, it's pregnant.
And it's like,
now you know how you really feel.
Why am I so sad? Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
A risky little game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that interpretation. I like that, but I don't know. She was very specific. That was the most.
I cannot wait to hear what she said about me.
That was super specific.
It's bad news. I was a little scared.
It's actually bad news for a lot of people.
Oh, am I gone?
Well, let's just build up the suspense.
Well, geez, Louise. Okay.
She said things like that are not related to you. She said really nice things like about my marriage. She said, your husband is a healer, which I do kind of find a little bit funny. But she said, like if you ever like have a headache, just maybe ask him to like hold your head, or like if your arm hurts.
Like his energy is healing.
Yeah, his energy is very healing. And I will say, not to get all sad and happy, I have a really hard time just like, I've been grieving. I have a hard time just crying. But when he like snuggles into me, then I start bawling.
It's like, lucky Kevin.
I know. I feel horrible for him, but I'm like, well, he is kind of like a healer in that sense.
Yeah, sure.
And she also said like about my health, I'll be healthy for a really long time as long as I'm with the right person. She said we like our energies.
You and me?
No, she was talking about Kevin. Sorry. Oh, she's like your energies are like at peace with each other. So as long as you all are staying together, you're solid. You're both going to be healthy. No cancer, nothing like that. Nothing to be afraid of.
Nice. I was interpreting that as long as you stay away from like your friend that likes to drink a lot, meaning me. I was like, oh no.
No, here's where the bad news comes in.
Okay.
She was like, we got to the end of it. She's like, what else do you want to ask about? I'm like, I have no idea. We talked about my kids. We talked about my career.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I said, oh, what about the podcast? And she said, oh, okay. So she flipped over one card and she kind of made like a interesting face. She flipped over the next one. She's like, oh, yeah. Like, oh, this is good news. She flipped over the last one and looked at me and got real serious.
Ooh.
Who do you do this podcast with?
Ooh.
I said, my sister. She's in the next room. And she goes,
not for long.
Not the one you need to be doing this podcast with. It's called My Skeptical Sister.
Oh my gosh. Well, did you pay attention to what the picture was?
Yes, it was
like me dying underneath a stone.
I think it was a queen drinking out of a chalice.
Yeah.
But the chalice was covered.
Ooh.
And she said in the whole deck, this is the only cup that has a lid, like has a cover on it. And it's because you can't trust those around you.
Oh my
she
gosh.
said, you have ulterior motives.
Yeah, I do, girl.
Against me.
Oh, not against you.
Oh, well, that's
no,
what
I'm kidding. I really don't even have. I'm trying to think of like something to spin. I'm like, no, I can't even think of what my ulterior motives are. To be able to drink.
Oh, no, that's
like
no.
Once a week.
She made it sound very much like you're going to take this podcast right out from underneath me.
Well, it is about me. It's called My Oh, I guess it's about you. But it's all about me. I'm
my narrative talking about you.
Oh, man, it's so confusing. That is so what does that tell you, Erin?
That part I thought was a little bit off the mark.
Dang, she was so close. I want to know what she was thinking. Oh, in the first two? Like,
yeah.
What did those mean?
She said we're like on a good path. We're doing good things. We could do this podcast for a while, but
she turned
not with this
she's
bitch.
A backstabber.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to see what I do. This is an exciting plot twist. I don't even know what's about to come, but can't wait to find out what my ulterior motive is.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, I can't wait to be devastated.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Did you tell her, like, I've known her my entire life?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I really don't think I see that happening. And she's like, well, I'm just saying. It says, like, she doubled down.
Wow. I cannot wait.
Yeah. So we'll just have to see. Listeners, stay tuned.
Let's just sit for a little bit. I'm like so trying to be funny that I can't even breathe very good.
Can I tell you some of the like woo-woo cool things I learned about this retreat?
Yeah.
Everybody, this is going to be banter heavy because I'm letting Meghann off the hook since she stayed up so late. I'm only going to read one story tonight. She's not going to read any. So
which is so lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just a giver.
Too bad I'm going to stab you in the back in any second.
I'm such a giver and you are going to destroy me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really, I picked the right one.
Okay. So as our listeners know, I have started taping my mouth at night.
Oh, that's right.
Which was...
Wait, did you do this in front of Carolyn?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Aaron Taylor. Okay.
I said, this is going to be a little bit embarrassing, but I tape my mouth. And she was like, what? I said, yeah, it's fine. It's a little weird, but I am going to do this. And so if you talk to me like in the morning, I won't be able to answer right away. Like I have to take it off. And she was like, oh, that's so weird. She said, it's going to look like you're kidnapped, but you're consenting to this. And that's fine. I said, yes, I'm okay
doing
with
this to yourself.
Yes. Well, then the very next day, we had this great speaker. He was awesome. His name was Andreas Gonzalez. He was really funny and really knowledgeable. And it was all about like the holistic body and like taking care of every part. And he really focused on breath.
Awesome.
So he like sent us in these like breathing
exercises.
Yeah, exercises and meditations. So he immediately was like, the best thing you can do is only breathe from your nose. Like if you can figure out a way to stop breathing from your mouth, you will live so much longer. You will be so much healthier. Did you raise your hand? I was like, I looked at Carolyn and she looked at me and she was like, your mouth tape. I was like, I know. I didn't raise my hand, but I did go up afterwards. I was like, I started taping my mouth a couple weeks ago when I go to sleep. And he was like, did you really? That's so cool.
I think that's hilarious that he thinks you're so cool for that.
Yeah.
Does he tape his mouth?
No, because he's like a yogi and he doesn't need to, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he runs.
At night?
I'm pretty sure he runs with his mouth closed. Like that man is trained. He has trained himself how to breathe right.
Very interesting.
He said this crazy thing.
Okay.
That he cured his allergies. He met this guy, like his mentor he was talking to him and he kept wiping his nose. The Andreas did when he was younger. Because he was like, he had terrible allergies. He's like, it was chronic. I was always stuffed up. It was gross. I was always wiping my nose and people didn't want to talk to me because, and he said, the guy told me, if you can consistently breathe 30 deep breaths through your belly, like deep belly breaths for 30 days, after 30 days, you're not going to have those allergies anymore. And he was like, that will not happen. And he did it. And he's like, I don't have allergies anymore.
What?
Isn't
30
that weird?
Deep breaths through his nose?
Yeah. He breathes in through his nose, all like fills up his lungs to capacity and then slowly breathes out.
He probably had to train himself to do that. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work.
Wow.
And he showed us how long he can hold his breath. It was crazy. It was really interesting.
Gosh.
But this part where I was like, this is so weird. I can't wait to tell Meghann.
Okay.
And I can't wait to like try it. He said,
of course you can't.
He said that everybody, like throughout the day, you have a more dominant nostril.
Okay.
And it switches. He said you can test it by like holding your phone up to the bottom of your nose and like breathing out. Okay. And whichever one is like bigger, like the bigger fog bubble, that's your dominant one.
In that moment,
but it changes.
Okay.
He said your left side of the body is your lunar side.
Oh, okay.
So at night, your dominant nostril should be your left side. You should be trying to breathe mostly from this nostril in and breathing out. But we were like, how in the
world? I said trying to do it.
He said if you're like laying in bed and you can't sleep, literally just like push your finger to your right nostril, breathe in, and then release it, switch. Isn't that weird? He said that'll help calm you and put you to sleep.
It's working. I'm almost there.
No, stop doing it. Like, He said if you're too tired and you're trying to get going,
tell me that one.
Go the opposite.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to do it. Wait, so do that. So I'm going to breathe in through my right.
Plug your left nostril.
It's like I did a line of Coke. I'm wide awake. Here we go.
Isn't that weird? We did all kinds of stuff.
I can't tell you if it works or not. I did it one time.
Well, yeah, you'd have to do it for a minute.
But I will try it. Next time I can't fall asleep. But tonight, I guarantee you I will not have any problems.
You say that now. If you do, you should try it.
Okay, I will.
All right. But anyways, isn't that cool? That was something really interesting.
Yeah, I love learning like little holistic tricks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it was a beautiful weekend. It was very calm. I feel like I'm floating right now in a raft.
So you got to float in the raft, in the river?
I stood up and did a boogie board, a stand-up boogie board.
Erin, I'm so proud of you. It's like your own little step to the jet ski.
I actually thought while they're jet skiing, I could do the boogie board.
There you go.
But
or I could get you on that jet ski.
Rent a boogie board because I don't know. I don't just have those. They're huge.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's great.
It was great. It was a great weekend. So
that's awesome.
Alexis, who listens. Thanks, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who I had dinner with last week. Whatever. I know her first.
Okay, I just like played games with her all night last night, and it's fine.
Okay,
whatever.
I am really jealous of that. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Game night was fun?
I said, games are so much fun. I could really just go to a retreat where all you do is play games. And she goes, you could do that. That's called like a game-a-con or something. They have those. I was like, oh, I don't want to go so bad.
That sounds so fun. Did you? That sounds so fun. I was like Italian there for a second. When I get sleepy, I get a really Italian.
All right. Well, now I think that we've
officially done it.
Shot the shit long enough.
Oh, so ready for this. Now, listen. If I sit here with my eyes closed and then you don't hear anything for a while, just wake me up first and realize that I'm just totally sleeping through your whole story.
Okay. I'll do my best
and
to
it's
pay
no
attention.
offense. And it's not because I have an ulterior motive. It's just because I'm so damn tired.
Now, everything you do, I'm going to be suspicious. Okay. I'm going to read a story from Aaron, not me, Aaron.
Oh, well, that would be weird.
Boy, Aaron.
Okay, boy, A-A-R. I always say
A-A-Ron.
A-A-Ron. I always think that's, no offense, Aaron. It's so strange.
Yeah, 2 A's in a row.
2 A's in a row. Just different.
You know what I'm referencing with the A-A-Ron,
yes,
right? That's skit. I love
Mm-hmm.
it. Okay. First of all, now that I'm about to tell you this story, I can't remember who told Aaron to listen to this podcast.
Oh, Aaron's a listener?
Yes. Somebody said, hey, you need to check out this podcast and then write your story in.
Oh, awesome.
I think it might have been Brittany.
Okay.
If I'm wrong,
thank you, Brittany.
If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry to the right person. But the story's great. And he sent videos.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It says, The Spirited Little Brick House. I, Aaron, moved into my fiance's house in December of 2022. The home is on 3 acres of land in Strongsville, a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. The land the house sits on was nothing but farmland. Her grandfather had farming land surrounding the lot the home is on. A Russian immigrant purchased the land and built a brick barn and garage.
It's giving me Fargo vibes. That very last, did you watch the last Fargo?
Oh, yeah.
Where the immigrant,
gosh.
Yeah.
He was
it didn't go that way.
A very interesting Russian.
Oh, he was so scared. I don't even think he was Russian. I think he was Swedish or something.
Oh, really?
I have no idea. I honestly, no idea, but that's just for some reason making me think of this.
I watched it only for June, what's her face? The girl from
so good.
Ted Lasso. I love her.
I know, I do too.
And she was so good at that accent.
She really was.
Okay. He resided in the upstairs loft of the garage while starting to build the house. However, he passed away in the garage from a heart attack. I'm not laughing at that, sorry. Because I just remembered what he's about to blame it on. And I was like, hey, Aaron, I need you to cool it with your judgments here. However, he passed away in the garage from a heart attack caused for his love of wine.
Now listen, is that scientifically proven?
Right. He might have liked wine and had a heart attack.
It probably was some cholesterol thrown in there by some cheeseburgers. There's probably a lot of different things.
Don't need to be linked. Oh my gosh. Okay, now help me with this name. Chera? Chera?
Chera? Shara.
Shara.
I'd say Shara. Cher is Cher.
Well, that's
Shara.
True. Okay. All right, we're gonna go with Shara. Shara's grandfather. This is Aaron's fiance.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Well, if your name is not Shara, so sorry.
Yeah, if we're saying it wrong, we're so sorry. Shara's grandfather then purchased the land and structures. He finished building the house in 1952. The Russian gentleman's name was Karl. He had a girlfriend named Goldie. We were told that she had etched her name in limestone that is somewhere still on the property. Me, being, well, me, I went looking. I found it. She did this back in the late 30s, early 40s. My fiance's grandfather passed away in the house in 1992. There is some history for you so you can keep up with the experiences and know some names as we go along. When Shara first moved into the house in 2017, she had some terrifying experiences. She started having sleep paralysis which she had never had before moving in. I think that part's very interesting.
I hadn't had it before I had it either.
Okay. Well, that can be said about anyone
Kidney
at any time.
stones, first time for everything.
One night, she heard a noise and felt a cold chill. She looked to the bathroom doorway and saw a little girl in a dress and bonnet.
Well, tell that little girl to go home.
Get out of here. The next night, she awoke again with sleep paralysis. This time, she felt a gentle hand on her back, rubbing it to calm her.
Ooh, she
creepy.
felt, so she sees the little girl.
No, now she's just waking up to sleep paralysis. Like she can't move, but she feels a hand.
Like Ellie's.
Like Ellie. She's like, let me show you.
Like
it's rubbing her back. Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
A gentle hand on her back, rubbing it to calm her.
No.
Although terrified, she said it did ease her mind.
No, you can't do those two things at the same time.
And then in parentheses, it says, weirdo.
Hey, Aaron, you're funny.
She never had sleep paralysis again after that experience. Okay, fast forward to 2023 when I moved in. I suffer from anxiety and panic disorder. I hadn't had any panic attacks in 3 years prior to moving in. A few months after living here, I started getting extremely bad panic attacks again. My doctor had to up my prescription dosage to almost double what I was taking.
Oh, wow.
After they stopped, after the panic attack stopped, because he's now on this heavy prescription, we started experiencing little things. Lights flickering, light noises, nothing crazy. Well, this past Mother's Day, 2024, we had dinner at her parents' house. Her mom gave her an old picture of her grandmother and 3 sisters. And yes, it's one of those old pictures that just looks creepy and gives you the chills. Which makes me think of Mom's picture of Grandma as a little girl, and our was that Aunt Lottie in the back?
Yeah, I think Aunt Lottie's a little girl in the picture too.
Oh yeah, who's the very stern,
like great Grandma Kelly? Like
yes,
like
Grandma
goes
Kelly.
way back. But they're like they look so mad and pissed, and they're all in aprons, standing behind or sitting in chairs behind these kids.
Yeah, I immediately thought of that picture, and then I thought I want that picture at my house.
Me too. We're gonna fight over it.
We're gonna fight over it because I love that picture.
First. I'm gonna call him in the morning. There's my ulterior motive.
Oh man.
Oh, we figured it out.
Bitch. And yes, it's one of those old pictures that just looks creepy and gives you the chills. We brought it home and she put it on the mantle. I was not thrilled.
Ooh.
Here is when the fun, or not, started. One night I couldn't sleep, so I went downstairs to the couch. Around 3:30 a.m., I heard Shara screaming upstairs.
Oh my gosh.
I go up and she was running down the stairs, clearly terrified. As she was laying in bed, she felt a cold breeze go over her. Then a few seconds later, a music box in the attic started playing. Mind you, it has not played in years. And we hadn't gone in there or handled it. So it's like up in the attic.
Ooh.
A few nights later, I saw a shadow figure block out the kitchen light.
Ooh.
Then the cats and dogs started acting weird. We would come home and the dogs would seem scared and cling to us. Oh, I don't like that. We started noticing things that had been moved that we didn't move. Objects would be in different positions than how we left them. We had a sub pump, and one evening it was going off for no reason. We went to check it out, and someone or something had wrapped the pull chain around the chicken wire fencing, holding it in place to continuously run. We were the only ones living there. Apparently not.
Yeah, but what if they have neighbors? Wait, what was the last line? I'm sorry.
And then in parentheses, apparently not.
Wait, what was the line before that?
We were the only ones living here.
But apparently not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We decided it was time to look for some help. I Googled paranormal help near me. I found Archangel Paranormal and sent them a message. I got a call from Tony Bolsito.
Tony Bolsito, coming to get
I'm
your
Tony.
ghosts. I'm Tony Bolsito.
Tony Bolsito from Cleveland. Let's get rid of these ghosts.
You got ghosts, I got time.
Ghosts? He's from Wisconsin all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, the cheese up here.
Tonys are from all over.
Oh, Tony. Okay, sorry, back to Tony Bolsito. He listened to our experiences and had a team member reach out. Diane gave me a call, and I again filled her in on the happenings. She and some team members came to the house to do an initial walkthrough. We had a K2 meter, so I think that's a meter that reads energy.
Okay.
Like the one that is like red, orange, green.
Yeah, and it's
like the light goes. Yeah. I think. I could be wrong. I'm not a ghost expert.
I like my sound effects.
Yeah, it was good. That was good.
It wasn't as good as the brother, but it was pretty good. You're so good at it. You should just talk like that all the time.
Yeah. Okay. The meter would read energy in areas where there was no electric wiring or any electronics.
Okay.
Diane started asking us questions and telling us things she had no knowledge of. She later informed us that she is a medium. They decided that they definitely needed to come and do a thorough investigation.
Of course they did, because I bet you're paying them. Go ahead. It's okay, Aaron.
Maybe not.
Well, what? These people just work for free.
I think some people do just work for free. It's like their
passion,
their side hustle.
Well, then they're not hustling very good if they're not getting paid for it.
It's their hobby, it's their passion, and they do it.
Hobby. Okay.
Like some people are like, I feel guilty taking money
for the spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
That doesn't sound like Tony's.
I don't know what
with
Tony.
With a name like Tony, I feel like he's getting a little something on the side.
Oh, you're being very judgmental about
I am
Tony.
sorry, but you're being very accurate with his accent.
What were we about to say? We were about to say something?
Let us know, Aaron. Did you pay him or did you not?
Aaron. It's very throwing me off that this guy's name is Aaron too. I was
sorry,
like,
Ron. Let us know so that we can, I can debunk or not that.
Okay, investigation night. The team showed up around 9 p.m. Diane, Alec, and then in parentheses, Russian descent, and can speak Russian. And remember our original guy,
so we're
Carl.
Very connected right now.
Yes. Chad and Sean were also there. In parentheses, Chad and Sean.
Okay.
They started in the garage using K2 meters, EVP recorders, and radiation detectors. Radiation detectors?
I mean, they're going to go for it all.
Okay. Diane and Sean went up to the loft, and the rest of us stayed down. We started asking questions to the spirits, and for some reason, he did quotation marks around the word spirits.
Yeah, I did.
It didn't take long to start getting responses. Oh, yeah, we also had an SLS camera. It will show an anomaly in the form of a stick figure. So this is that thing that I was telling you about that we did.
Whoa.
If a spirit is present. So it looks like a stick figure is just like walking in the room or like laid in the room or sitting down or whatever, but you can see the figure form.
Huh.
If there's a spirit there.
Okay.
An anomaly showed up on the camera, and at the same time, the K2 meter would light up. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They're working in tandem.
Yeah, with a very calculated investigation team. Go ahead.
This lasted an hour as we asked questions and received intelligent responses. We asked if his name was Carl, and the meter lit up all the way to red.
Huh.
Shara's family visited a psychic years ago, and she told them that there were barrels buried next to the garage. This part just kind of goes, we're not in the investigation night. This is a random little story.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
For random.
Unless I read it wrong. Because I did pre-read this for you. Because I don't have ulterior motives. Her and her father dug for 3 days, then found 2 barrels buried.
Huh.
There was a pink substance in them, and they didn't know if it was toxic, so they just covered them back up.
Oh my gosh, dead bodies like in lime?
Do they turn pink?
If you put them in lime?
How do you know that, you freak?
Well, watch enough Dexter. Watch enough shows. Like lime deteriorates the body.
Ooh, and then we're kind of fleshy and bloody and pink.
Yeah, like the pink goo.
Ew, that's so gross. That was really loud, everybody. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's where my brain went. What else could be pink goo?
I don't know.
Okay, so go on. They found these barrels.
They just covered them back up. Then her dad remembered his father had said that Carl had buried $20,000 on the property.
Well, hell, dig those dead bodies back up and let's go swimming. Let's figure this out.
Ew, go swimming in what?
I mean, figure it out, Bob
in
for
the
apples. $20,000. I'd dump that thing out.
I'd dump it out. I don't know if I'd dump myself in it.
It's a figure of speech. I didn't really mean go like put your panties on and jump in.
You said go swimming. That was so gross.
It was a figure. Go ahead.
So during the investigation, we asked Carl if he buried money, and we got an EVP that clear as day said yes, as well as the K2 meter reaching red again.
Ooh.
So every time you responded to you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're losing me.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Nailed it. As well as the K2 meter reaching red again. So we asked him for permission to dig it back up. And again, he responded with yes. So I will be digging for that 20 grand. Trust me.
Oh.
I will definitely let you know if it's true. And listen, I would just like to say, Ron, we're reading this on here for you. We'll promote anything.
Yeah, we'll.
Just give us like 1,000. If you find it.
Just a smidge.
We're like those lawyers. If you find nothing, you owe us nothing.
Right. Ron will never tell us anything ever again.
He's like, oh, just kidding. Okay, into the house we go. Me, Chad, and Shara took the SLS camera upstairs into the spare bedroom. It picked up an anomaly on the bed. Then my dog jumped up on the bed, and the anomaly reached for the dog like it was petting her and playing with her.
Hold on. The anomaly. Oh, is the stick figure.
Like this little stick figure.
Okay.
We couldn't believe what we were seeing. I had my hiking backpack on the floor, and the SLS showed an anomaly trying to put the bag on. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, that is weird.
Then the regular camera caught a smoke or mist go across, and we smelled cherry tobacco. Now, this is in the video that he sends.
Okay.
And you do see the smoke.
I thought you were saying, you do smell the smoke. I was like, Aaron,
No.
that is a brain.
I want to know, like, I want Aaron to answer this because I watched that video a couple times to see it. And you see this, like the white, it almost looks like a smoky orb, but like a big one go over the screen. But then you also see like smoke. They're like recording the camera being recorded. So it's like, it's like if I was holding my phone right here and then you were standing behind me recording the screen, you see smoke come through here, but you don't hear anybody like you don't hear anybody smoking. But like you can see smoke in both videos. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. Can't wait for you to watch it.
Is it interesting?
Yes. Okay. I use a vape, but I was not vaping in the house at all. In the master bedroom, we caught 2 anomalies. One was dancing on my pillow, and the other was hanging out. And dancing was in quotations. And the other was hanging out by the shelf with the Buddha statues on it. We heard commotion downstairs, so we went down to check it out. Diane was sitting on the couch and felt her back burning. After untucking her undershirt and lifting up both shirts, we saw clear as day 3 scratch marks on her lower back. Ooh. 3, sign of the devil.
So, and Diane's the investigator?
Yeah.
Okay.
After asking some questions, we checked her back again, and 2 more scratch marks showed up lower around her waistline.
And nobody was with Diane when these scratch marks happened the first time?
I think she was with somebody on her team, but
didn't say that.
You see the scratch marks in the video, another video he sent, and you can tell how very fresh they are.
Okay. Was I there when they happened? Did I see them?
You see the scratch marks.
Do I see them form on her fresh skin out of nowhere? Just questions to ask.
No, you don't.
Okay.
We started using the spirit box. We asked who is here with us, and it said John. Then it said Blanche, and later Dorothy.
Stop.
Me and Shara realized that we have a Golden Girls magnet on our dishwasher. It says dirty with Blanche's face and clean with Dorothy's face.
Oh, funny.
Our dishwasher has been acting funny and won't work sometimes. Then it starts running a cycle without us starting it. So we asked, are you messing with the dishwasher? And a male voice said, yes. We take this as her Uncle Johnny, who passed away, a.k.a. the response, John. So remember earlier it said John. Mm-hmm. He clearly let us know by stating Blanche and Dorothy, which are on our dishwasher. So he's like, yeah, this is me. You know how this keeps happening? That's me. We started asking questions again, and a female voice said, Beatrice. Then she said, this part's creepy. Then she said, where is my body?
Where's my body?
Then...
in the barrels.
Right. Right. Now I didn't even connect that earlier, but you're totally right. That's so gross. Then he killed me.
What? Who did, John?
Scary. No, I think maybe Carl from the beginning. I hope John and her uncle Russian? Is fine.
Okay.
Like Carl's just a stranger to us who they bought the land from. So I hope it's not anybody in Cher's family. And after that, it said Eric and Denise. So maybe Eric killed her and Denise helped.
Maybe there's a magnet of Eric and Denise somewhere in the family.
Maybe. Then everybody is running.
What?
That's what it keeps saying this on the spirit box.
Gosh.
Everybody is running.
I thought you meant all of a sudden in the whole house, like all these investigators, everyone just starts running.
Yeah. No.
Do you ever watch those? You know me, cheap thrill, right? Like I don't like really dumb movies, but cheap thrills, real quick ones, they just crack me up when people do those stupid like scared, if they act real scared to see what their partner does.
Oh, I love those.
They make me laugh so hard. And I'm like, I want to do that someday, but I don't know if I'll have the level of commitment it will take just to see what everybody else's reaction is.
Have you seen where people lay on the floor and just stick their head out the door?
And scare the shit out of
people? I
want
to do it to Kevin so bad. And I always forget to do it until I'm watching TikToks and he's at work. And I'm like, dang it, I should do that tomorrow.
That's our homework. Okay. I'll do the scared thing with my husband. You do the laying on the floor thing. And we'll come back on next week and talk about it.
I'm a little afraid he's going to kick me in the face.
Yeah, there's going to be repercussions.
Yeah.
But we're committed.
I'll do it. Okay, so everybody's running. It's very scary.
Uh-huh.
Then Johnny came back and said, good times were had here.
Oh, so Johnny did it.
I don't know.
Ew.
But then we get an explanation for that.
Okay.
When we told my fiance's dad, he said his mom had a picture hanging in the house that said, "Good times had here." So I don't know. Oh, also, over the spirit box outside the garage, we asked a question, and the response was "da."
D-A? Da?
D-A-H, da.
Oh.
Alec got excited because that means yes in Russian.
Ooh.
And remember,
weird.
Carl is a Russian immigrant. Da. I said that perfectly, too. When we walked the investigators to the car, her back door was slightly open, and there was a fresh... Oh, I read that really wrong.
Fresh what in her
There's
car?
a fresh finger in her car. That's not what it says.
This ghost is very committed.
There were fresh fingerprints on the door.
Ooh.
We live on 3 acres, and our driveway is extremely long. The house sits back over an acre from the street. I will attach pics from the investigation and some videos as well. Believe or don't believe it, but the experiences here are just too much to deny. Meghann is welcome anytime to see for herself. LOL. This place will make a believer out of her.
I love how Aaron's like, believe or don't. I don't care, but listen, this place will make you believe. I'm like, I think you might care a little bit, Aaron. You really want to believe.
Well, then there are lots of videos. So I will say there are 3 videos attached. I'm going to ask if he's okay with us sharing, or if he wants to share them, or
for sure. Unfortunately, I'm too tired to look at them, so it could be like the perfect proof. But I'm not going to put my time. I'm just kidding, Aaron. Calm down over there. I'm going to watch them right now.
The first 2 are like it starts out where you see her back. You see that one, and that's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Then it's really dark video, so don't feel like the video. I was like, oh no, it's shut off, but you just hear them talking because they're in a dark room. So hopefully we'll get to share these videos so you guys can listen for yourself. Now I will say one of the clips, I don't know if it's AA Ron or if it's one of the investigators, or if it's Tony himself. No, he wasn't. He wasn't at the place, but somebody gets a little Zach Bagans and like, all right, come on. Like he starts kind of provoking the ghost.
Oh, you hate when people do that.
I do kind of hate when people do that. But he says like they all agree that it got darker and colder right when he started yelling. So that's interesting. And then the last video is the video of like that anomaly kind of moving around in the bed, petting the dog.
Yeah, good. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see
and
the
smoke
that's on. Okay.
The smoke is very cool.
Okay.
So yeah, go for it.
So I feel like you already know my debunk. When you get a team of investigators in somewhere and they're very committed to showing you evidence can be skewed. There was nobody with Diane when that happened. So she very easily could have used something to scratch her own back.
It's weird that 2 more popped up while they were like talking about it.
But she also had a shirt on that could have had something planted in it to when she shows them, she pulls it back down, she pulls it across, and it
think
scratches.
somebody would physically hurt themselves just for a reaction.
I absolutely do think there are people out there who would scam you and go to the lengths to do it by hurting themselves for evidence. Yeah,
all right.
I do. I think that it's naive to think that there aren't. But, I mean, I don't know that Tony sounds lovely. Diane sounds lovely. Love her name. But I'm just saying that you got to be aware of people out. Like, nobody was there with her when it happened. Convenient.
Okay. What about the smoke?
Yeah, I think all of these things can be staged somehow. I think there's multiple investigators. I think that different things.
How do you make smoke come out without an exhale?
You can be in the room. You could be outside the door. Everybody else is in the room. They're all busy looking at a little barometer that has a little cartoon that can be somehow programmed in there to dance on things and do things. And then while they're all, taken aback with all that, somebody outside the doorway is puff, puff, blowing smoke in.
Whatever.
It can be done.
Okay. What about the stuff before the investigators got there?
Okay. So we've got some lights blinking.
We saw a dark shadow figure cover the lights in the kitchen.
Okay, so we could have a car drive by and the headlights.
They live on acres of land out in the country.
Right. Surely there's a road somewhere.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's why you're not very used to seeing that shadow go by. And then what else? What else was going on?
Well, we saw a little girl. You're going to say it's a dream.
Yep, dream. Sleep paralysis. It's sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I don't believe all that, but okay.
I think once when it takes like a couple of series of like odd things to happen, then I think it snowballs. It starts snowballing into this like it must be this. It like gains this traction of like, this is what's happening. It is a haunting. And then all of a sudden, odd events all fit into the narrative of this is a haunting. And that's why it seems so concrete. It seems like it's all lining up to be this haunting, when really it was just a couple of odd things to start with in the beginning. Those other things out of context could happen on a normal day, and you'd be like, oh, well, that was a little off or a little strange or whatnot, or that was just a dream. But because sleep paralysis had never been introduced into anyone's life, and it is a very big shocking thing when it happens, then all of a sudden it's like, this is a haunting.
Okay,
his anxiety. Okay, you want to know? Okay, here we go. His anxiety. Well, Aaron, it's a little nerve-wracking when you move in with somebody. Let me tell you what.
But it was months later when his anxiety spiked up.
No, he said he hadn't had it.
And then he moved in, and then a few months later.
Yeah, so maybe we're getting settled in. Maybe like the honeymoon periods. I mean, I'm not saying anything about you and your fiance. I'm sure she sounds lovely. But, after a little bit, it's like all these questions. Did I make the right move? All of these things happening. I now have to do a different lifestyle. I have to make my bed every day, whereas before I never had to. Those different things kind of compound, and anxiety, moving in with somebody, whether it's a month or 2 months or 3 months, or let me tell you what, 7 years later, can be very anxiety inducing.
All right. Okay. What about the barrels?
Yeah, I think somebody is up to something.
Yeah, but a medium said there are barrels buried, and they're like, okay, let's dig them up.
That medium might know some history she shouldn't know.
Oh, I didn't see that angle. All right, well, I tried, Aaron. I mean, I believe you, but we all knew we'd get here.
No, I think that maybe somehow, partnerships happen in worlds. So you got a medium that also works with investigators, and it all kind of builds.
Listen, this ties both of them together. What if she was Elaine, or the name? What was the name of the second name?
What if Cher's in on it? Aaron, are you okay? Are you safe? I'm just kidding, Cher.
I was like, I'm fine.
No, Cher.
AA Ron. Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah.
No, remember when the medium said he killed me, and then, or not the medium, the spirit box said he killed me, and then it said a boy's name and a girl's name. I wonder if the medium was one of those. And that person has just felt this guilt that they know that there are barrels of slimy bodies.
Right. Or it could just
But then that's also a ghost.
Could just be an investigator throwing out some names. Oh, just random names. Nobody knows who they are. But they're going to be talked about forever.
All right. Tell us your fan favorites so you can go to sleep.
Well, my goodness. I was just going to say, Aaron, thank you so much. I got to really cut off there.
Thank you, AA Ron.
Yes. Thank you, AA Ron. And we really appreciate the story. And listen, don't let me rain on your parade. It sounds like a pretty fucking haunted house and pretty scary. I don't believe in any of it, but those stories are great. And I'm so glad, and I keep writing them in. No, I won't keep writing them in. You keep writing them in. Damn, I'm tired. Here we go. So fan favorite tonight, of course, we have to thank and make Miss Molly our fan favorite this week, because she invited us to hear a tarot card reading.
Yeah.
And gave us great
material.
A tarot
card reading, but sure.
What did I say here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, whatever. I heard all about yours, and then I heard all about hers. I heard about everybody's tarot card reading. And Molly, also, thank you for that angle about, what I said earlier. You know what I meant, girl. Just what I said earlier.
Yeah, I nailed it earlier. Go back.
Go back and listen to the beginning. Just stop listening about midway through, and it'll be great. Okay. Such little sleep last night. All right, so I thanked Molly. Again, I drunkenly deemed her. I think at one point I was like deeming her fan favorite, or what is that called? Like knighting. Like a knight. Yeah, I was knighting her into fan favorite hood. Well, it had a couple beers. But anyway, so then I officially asked her on Facebook, and she said, oh my goodness, I am so honored. I would like to plug the Autism Friendly Business Initiative. It was started in Kentucky and has now spread to many states. It is a registry of businesses who are committed to providing autism-friendly services. Families/autistic individuals can search by industry to find places that suit their community needs. Entertainment, restaurants, fitness, and it's all there. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
I think that's great. Go to feetoflouisville.org. Feet is spelled FEAT /autism-friendly-business-initiative/ Or you could just look up Autism Friendly Business, FEAT, Louisville.
Perfect. I love hearing what that is, and it's actually such a good thing to plug because she wrote to me. I was like, hey, go check your DMs. Meghann sent you a message. And she wrote back, sent. I hope I chose the right thing to plug. Can I get another opportunity if I regret my decision?
Yes, girl. I will have to recycle at some point because I'll forget.
Then she said, it was like I got pushed to the center of a dance circle and went with the snake.
She is so cute. I love you, Molly. We had such a fun time.
I know.
But Molly, she was just so much fun. Her sister was a blast. Maggie, shout out to Maggie. Probably my next fan favorite.
We put it on our calendar to hang out with them in September together.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But yeah, we made action happen.
Yeah, that's right. That's my new goal. I just
love it.
I put a date in the calendar and I make it happen.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Molly. And thank you, Ron. Sorry, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron, for writing in and sending the videos. I can't wait for Meghann to watch them when she's not
me too.
Almost comatose. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you would like to check out our website, you can go to myskepticalsister.com where you can find out how to become a Patreon. Come join us over there. We have a lot of fun. You can rate, review, subscribe. That's really helpful. You can write your stories in at our website, or you can write them in directly at Gmail, myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can also buy me a coffee, buy us a coffee, just contribute a one-time at buymeacoffee.com. Look up My Skeptical Sister. And you can follow our socials. We've got Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We will not be doing a TikTok tonight because Meghann is going to run out of here.
And then I really will be against you.
We do have a movie night this week. Maybe I can convince her to do one before that.
We'll see. Maybe if you let me sleep between now and then.
I didn't have kidney stones. All right. Well, we love you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Spokojnej noci. It's Russian.
La 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 la.
My fiance's grandfather passed away in the
Grandfather.
My fiance's grandfather.
Sorry, you also were reading it so well before I interrupted.
I know. Thank you. A few nights later, I saw a shadow box. Nope, not a shadow box.
Like,
that'd be
weird.
cute. Like you
that
created
shadow
a box.
Like, isn't that cute that one time we made that shadow box? Just noticed it as we walked by. Nothing of note, just thought it was cute. Thought I'd put it in the story. Don't spit out your scotch. That is not classy AF.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh. Okay. I don't even know what I was oohing about.
I don't either. It doesn't sound like the right ooh, though.
Something about getting money.
Yes, there is money buried. Ghosts.